If you look at the forces that negate the possibility of perfection in time, you begin to wonder, is it just for God to judge? Because when we look at what has happened to man, apart from the impact of the fall that obviously imparted unto us the nature of the serpent, in John chapter 8 verse 44, it said, you are of your father the devil, and the works of your father shall ye do. So the nature, the Luciferious nature, the serpentine nature was imparted on account of the fall. And this is what the cross comes to remediate. The effect of the cross is to crucify that old nature, so we will take upon ourselves the nature of God. But if that, however, that is not the only warfare that we have. If the only warfare we have is the warfare of nature, then we will take advantage of the provisions of the cross and walk perfectly. But in addition to the challenge of nature, there are also principalities and powers. There are rulers of the darkness of this world. There are spiritual wickedness in heavenly places that exploit us on account of ignorance, exploit us on account of insufficiencies, exploit us on account of necessary inadequacies that we have as mortals. Now, with all of these things happening, would it be just for man to be judged? These are the questions that begin to trouble you. Daddy was sharing with us and he said, when we deal with demons, we cast out demons because we have authority in the name of Jesus. But when we deal with principalities, we war with them. And Paul said, having done all to stand, stand therefore. Because this is not something you do. You are not casting a spirit out of a man. The spirit is a territorial influence. And Daddy has explained to us, he said, first, principalities. The word principalities means a prince without a territory. They come first in the advancement of darkness. So the principalities come to secure a territory. If he comes to this place, for example, he will look for those who are prophetic. And he will create a quorum of prophets. And he will release the power of seduction over them. If that quorum allows that dimension to be downloaded, then seduction becomes a predominant influence. Everybody that comes under that radar that cannot ascend beyond that energy level, whether he's innocent or not, whether he likes it or not, he will be bound by the power of seduction. Because the principality has come to fumigate the territory with seduction. This is why many young people go to territories and they find themselves sinning and they enter into levels of addiction. They don't know how it came about. Not because they intended to, but a principality has walked in that territory before they came.